Okay, Slocky has some real problems there on the streaming end, but anyway, this is I.S.U.P.K. Start off in 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to make up the 12th tribe of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. It's not under Commander General YAHANNA. It's not the truth. We had some problems early in my no excuse, but we had some problems in our understanding of the streaming there. But now we're teaching LASHAWAN QADASH the months of the year. Sorry for the late joining in. We're good to go now. We're teaching the oppressors language. How they say May, June, July, and August. It's actually 5, 6, 7, and 8. The months of the year is translated ha, the, month, kadash, yom, makes it plural, kadash yom, of ha, the year, shamna. So the months of the year. So there we go. We have the months of the year. Give you guys a chance there to tune in to catch up. Write that down. Ha, Kadash, Yom, Ha, Shana. That's the months of the year. Yes, okay. Streaming good. Streaming live. Okay. LASHAWAN QADASH, the months of the year. We're in May. We'll go back over the 1 through, because I did it and didn't have some things going on there. The month 5 is May. Of course, that's the oppressors. That's his month. That's what he names things, May. And I'm sure that's a pagan name and root to it. I have one of the officers go over that. And the classes to come is why they call it May, June, July, and August. You know, it's good. But right now, we know that's not it. It's called month 5. Kadash. Kamash. Kamash is 5. So, as translated, ka, independently connected, independent sound. Dash, dependent connector, dependent on self, dependent sound. Ka, independent connector, right here. And then, of course, you have mash. Well, now you're going to need an M and a sha. There it is, ma, and then a sha. And that's where you get that dependent connector. So as you join in, you guys, you tune in, we'll make sure we get class a little bit, it's a little bit longer here to make up for some lost things that we've done. But anyway, Kamashian, or Kamash. All right, let's move on to the next one. Month 6, June. That's we'll put a line through that because it's not June. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to all the brothers. Yahweh Shem Alatha. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Shalom to my brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K. Officer Kazak Shapar. Officer of 50, or that's Kamashian 50. As we go through LASHAWAN QADASH on Friday, the months of the year, as we said last week. Then we'll go over whatever time we have left, and we'll go over a few more things, maybe some sentence structure, maybe a little bit of the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll finish, because that involves prepositions and adjectives, preposition and possessive adjectives, nouns and verbs and all of that too. So we're going into month 6 here. Month 6, that'll have been June. That's Kadash. If you guys tuning in, I wonder that you understand Kadash. It'll be Kadash Shah. 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 There we go. Kadash Shah. Shasha. That would be month 6. That's what that translates to. Okay. And of course, you have the same thing going on here. Kadash, month 6. Ka-dash, independent connected ka. And the dependent connector, da and sha, dash. Then of course we have shasha. Let's see how that's written. Sha, sha. And then we'll write the connectors on there. Those are how you write the month 6, because that's how you write shasha. Really not hard to understand that one, but there it is. Sha, sha. Independent connector. So that will be called month 6. Kadash, shasha. Sha, sha. Sha, sha. Kadash, shasha. Okay? We'll move on to month 7. Month 7, that'll be July. We put a line through it because there July is a pagan holiday. I mean, it's really called the 7th month. But if you're looking there, if you wrote your number system, you know what that's really called. And know what it's called? Shabbat. Kadash Shabbat. Well, let's write it over here. Shabbat. Just like that. Literally translated, month 7. And if you want to put the month 7, it would be Ha Shabbat. So, guys, write that down. Give you a chance to write that down. You put them in your notes. That's Kadash Shabbat. Okay? All right. Now that we have the technical difficulties gone out of the way, Kadash Shabbat, that's 6 months, so we'll translate it Shah. We'll say Shah. Independent connector, right here. Then we'll have Ba. I. Ba, and then I. That'll be a connector that's actually put together, joined together, so you'll get that sound. By. Right here. By. And that's how you write it. That's how you write it in Paleo Hebrew. Of course, we'll do the last one for you in Assyrian so you get a good understanding of what we're doing. Don't have room on the board to write them all. But our oppressor, they love to name things wrong, do things wrong, treat us wrong, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, May, June, July, they all got a line through it because really, in Hebrew, that's not the real name. Those are just pagan days. Pagan months, I'm sorry. The days are the same thing. Lord named things, the Most High named things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Akkad, Shayah, Shalash, Kamash. Arabah, Kamash. See? Then we go Shashab, Shabai, Shamawana, the Shai, then Asherah. We're going back to 10. And then we spent a whole class going over the number system. But that's how we spoke back then in those terms, in the numbers and characters. Okay? All right, we'll go to Kadash 8. We'll have Shamawana. That's called Shah. There's some room here. Shah. Ma. Wa. Na. We'll get some room here. There we go. Na. Shamawana. That literally translates 8. And they would use that called the month of August. Of course, That ain't the actual name for it. August. So we'll make sure we understand. Let me see here. It's a lock here. Okay? Shamona, Kadash Shamona. That is literally translated month 8th. The month 8th. Or the 8th month. That's what it's called. So have an understanding that they didn't call that August, so we'll put it back then. The presses did that. That's what we learned in slavery. That's what that tongue that we would not understand, the Bible says. Well, look, we're back to our roots in LASHAWAN QADASH, stating the months of the year in our own native tongue. Come a long way. Let's give you a chance to write that down. Okay. Now let's go and translate that. Shamoana. Excuse me. Sha. Excuse me. Sha. Right here. Sha. And then we'll have ma. Like this. That's an M. Wa. Okay. Then we'll do something special here. We got a na sound. Okay. And then we'll have to have ha. So we'll put the connectors on it and we'll make it sound right. Shamoana. Yeah, maha, wana. Yes, good. So, sha, independent connected sound. Ma, wa, that has to have a dependent connector. And, oops, I'm sorry. Sha, ma, wa, by itself. Then na. There you go. Okay. So, Kadash, ka, dash. Then we have ma, sha, independent connector, independent sound. Then we have ma, independent connector, independent sound. Then we have wa by itself again, independent connector. But over here we do something special. We have to join these together. That na and ha. Shamoana. Letter 8. Letter 8. Those are the first, those are the next 8. Shamoana. We'll move on to the last ones here. We'll go 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll move on to something else. We'll give you guys a chance to write those down. That's the translation. We'll do the last one here. Let's see if I got a, we'll use black here. So we go ka. And we're going to use the Syrian translation here. Ka. It's this right here. That's right here. Ka. Then we're going to use a D. A D sound. I mean a D character, how it looks. Like that, sort of. Da. And we use a sha. Like that. And of course we use wa. What? Ma. Where are we at? Sha. Ma. Then we use something right here. No, I got that wrong. Let's start this over. Looking forward, looking ahead of myself here. All right. Let's do it again. Sha. Ma. And we'll go like this. Then we use a wa. Right there. Sha. course, over here. Oh, I tell you, I'm really getting sinister here. Wait a minute. Let's go all the way from the end. I'm trying to translate in the middle. Got a ka, and we got a da. Let's do this. Da. Then we're gonna go back over there again, like that. Then we're gonna do a wa. Yeah, we're right here. There we go. I.S.U.P.K. It's all the wrong things there. Okay. Ma. With sha. Wa. Ma. Then we'll go wa. That's the first one's there, and then we go. That's the problem right there. Sha. Ma. That messed up. Get that right? QADASH. Sha. Right, okay, sha. Sha. And then we're going to have an independent connector here, but you don't need it over here, so it's ma. There we go. Now we're getting back on track. Then we go with a wa and na. Let's see. I got this right. Jesus. Shamona. There we go. So writing paleo all night, I forgot to write the Syrian down here. And then we write an N, like that. Then we write ha. And we write like this. There we go. Now that's better. That's the Syrian for it, I'm sorry. QADASH. Right here. Then we write QADASH. Then we write another one. We need another one here. There we go. That's what at the end of the board can hardly see. Then we got sha, ma, wa. Then we have na. That's the Syrian. So we'll erase them, we'll get some more up here, we'll get the rest of them. We'll write, okay, give you guys a chance to write that down. Give you guys a chance to write down that 5 through 7, that's May, June, July, and August. So, we will, okay, let's go to, we'll go through, instead of 5, 6, 7, and 8, now we're going to do the rest of them. We're going to go we're going to do 9, 10, 9, 10, and 11, and then we'll be all the way to 12. We'll do something special there. Remember, we're going past 10, so you know you have to do something special. Let's write down what those months are. If you remember anything about the number system, because we stopped at Ashara, and you know you got to do something else to make 11, 12, and so on and so forth. All the way up to 1,000. A lot. 100, my God. See? So let's find out what months these are. We're going to change it. We're going to change the board here. I don't have room here. You guys, hope you've written that down. I'll erase this so you guys won't confuse it. Because I know that some people write that down and thinking that it belongs to month 9 and 10, but that's actually 5 through 8. That's where we are. Okay. All right. Of course, we'll erase this 2 over here, but we'll keep QADASH because it's consistent. Since I write that over again, so you guys understand. So what we're doing Friday night's LASHAWAN QADASH class, we're writing the months of the year. Our professor is giving these false months. We're cleaning up for them and writing and telling them how it should look. That's what we're doing. Month 9, 10, 11, and 12. So on and so forth. So, you know, let's do it in red here so we can see what's going on. We'll write that down here. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Now. Okay. There we go. So, you know, month 12 is December, of course. And then we got November, October, September, October, November, December. The first one, of course, we call it 9 through 12. So let's go to the first one here. Let's find out what it'll be. If 9, what that would be, QADASH, Thashad. Be Thashad, as it literally translates. Thashad. So, QADASH, Thashad. That's month 9. And our professor called it September. But we'll strike a line through there because it's really not September. But that's the professor's way of saying it. QADASH, Thashad. So we have QADASH, QADASH. Then we'll write the, right here. Then we'll write shad. There we go. We'll write it here. Okay. Then we'll write over here the shad. So we say QADASH, the, and we'll join together. So the shad is ka, independent connected. Dash, dependent connected. Tha is by itself. That's why we give it an independent connector right here. Independent of its own. Then we have shad, S-H-I. And that's sha and I, that's dependent connector. Give you guys a chance to catch up with that. That will be QADASH, Thashad of our High QADASH Yom HaShanah, the months of the year. Month 9 would be QADASH Thashad. That's a translation of it in Paleo. I'll write it over here. This is the Paleo for it. Not the Syrian. We don't have Rome on the board. I may do the last one like we did last time. Give you guys a chance to write that down. QADASH Thashad.
Let's make sure we don't lose this village, because if we venture too far out,
now, we're going to have, the next one's going to be QADASH I.S.U.P.K.
Nice. Okay. You see it on the screen? I do not, but I trust you.
Sha.
There's bees.
Ra.
I've never played with bees before.
I think it's I think it's an A. So, yeah, it's an A, so I.S.U.P.K.
First time playing my...
There we go. And we'll translate it here. Month 10, that's October. Of course, you know it's not October. We'll put a line through that. It's not really October. It's really month 10. That's the actual nomenclature of all these. 9, 10. How about Shemi, how we shot all the brothers? How Shema, how about Shemi, how we shot all the sisters? That's what we teach on Friday nights. Kazakh Shapar, Officer of Kamashim. We're teaching LASHAWAN QADASH, the months of the year. As we talked the weeks last year, but now we're into the months. And the literal translates again, like I reiterate again, we've got 22 characters in a number that involve the number system. That's what we're doing right now. We're involved in the number system. Because that's the way the Most High taught us. Through the number system, that's the way the Bible teaches. Year 1, year 2, a score, which is 20, and so on and so forth. 2 years. We don't use paganism like September. They didn't say the year of September, the month of September. They didn't say the month of November, December, October. They just simply want to say the 12th month. They want to say one of our holy days, Hanukkah. I believe that's what occurs on that, in that month. They didn't say December, they said month 12. That's how that worked. You know? So, in this case, now we'll go to month 10, not October. That's how our person call it, QADASH, I.S.U.P.K. So we say I. Over here, we'll do that because we already got QADASH here. We'll write it. I, then we'll write Shah, then we'll write Ra.
What are those other things called?
Ka, Dash. There we go. Then we have I by itself. Shah and Ra. All of those are independent connectors except for one in the middle. Yep, that looks right. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Give you a chance, guys, to write that one down. QADASH, I.S.U.P.K. Let's see here. Give you guys a chance to write that down. We'll move on to month 11. Let's see here. Connecting the internet here. Month 11 would have been like November. That's what we got. That's what the press gave the name November. Of course, you know that's not the right one, right name. So it's really called
Can I have cereal?
month 11
We haven't had cereal. We have cereal for breakfast.
instead of November.
Dinner time. Hold my chair before you break it. When was it breakfast? When you woke up. And I asked you what cereal you said no.
Okay. Okay. And then we have okay. So let's see what we got. November, the month of November. I.S.U.P.K. We'll call it QADASH, Akkad, I.S.U.P.K. Now we got to do something special here. QADASH, and we'll have to write Akkad over here because we got to make the number 11 happen. That's 1. Akkad, remember? Let me use another color. Another color over here. And I.S.U.P.K. is 10. So what we're really doing is putting I.S.U.P.K. What we're really doing is putting 1 and 10 together like we did before. That makes 11. So it's QADASH, Akkad, I.S.U.P.K. That's the difference. Same thing that we did in the number system a couple weeks ago. We went over the numbers. Akkad, I.S.U.P.K. No different. Give you guys a chance to write that down. We'll move on here to the last one. I.S.U.P.K. month 11. Of course, it wasn't called November, so we put a line through that. like that.
Digestive system adventure. The main thing that drew me to this game is how many dislikes it has.
Okay.
Why does it have so many dislikes? Well, we're about to find out, and I'm very excited. Speaking about digestive systems,
drink it.
well, the cutscene.
Sometimes I
That's where we are.
Okay. Just ruined Commissar's plate. How is anyone supposed to read this fast? There's so much to take.
I have Adrian,
It's not even that I'm
Shalom sister, Shamara,
There's
on
also a
file.
picture to look at.
Sister Adrian.
What was that?
Write Sister Adrian name down. Something happened earlier and I couldn't get into my chest properly.
Speaking of digestive systems,
But
we're gonna check out the
anyway,
all-new merch that is
if you have anything that you need to write down, sister, some other sisters and brothers there. Good. Okay.
Mommy, look at
Now, so let's go ahead and translate Akkad Asherah. Hope everybody understands that. We got Akkad. That is actually the number 1. And then you have Asherah, the number 10. You put 1 and 10 together, you get 11. So, Kadash Asherah. That actually means the month of 11. Or, instead of saying November like our president did, it's the month of 11. Akkad Asherah. So we'll say Kadash, independent connected. Then we say Dash, independent connected. Then we say Dash, like we said before, to reiterate. Dash, that's dependent connected, Da and Sha. Then we have Ka. Make sure I got that written down right.
And also, why Mickey Mouse is also in Jasper's mouth? Oh God, he ate Mickey. It was a meme, but it seems like it's actually an educational game.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is perfect.
Well, that's spelled wrong.
It's an educational channel, obviously, and you can always count on learning when you're on this channel.
Lucky.
Mickey, how does that work?
Ah,
Ka.
Ka.
Where do I go?
Then we have spelled that wrong there.
I'm gonna go here. Ouch, but the enzymes. Okay, we're still safe. Not the enzymes. Okay, we're gonna go here.
There we go. Spelled correctly now.
Get an oral.
That's right. Ka.
Excuse me.
Ka. And you'll recognize those things when you get ready to write and say, oh, there's no such thing as AC, so it's got to be AH. So, I mean, there's simple things like that. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to write a Ka.
I see why this game might have dislikes.
Then we're going to write a,
Unless it's a really
have to be a D there.
another wall of humor.
Then we'll have to write an I. We got room here. Let's see.
So Jasper choked.
Have to write
Oops, sorry, we don't
I
want to
there.
trick you. We want to go down these.
Then we'll have to write Sha there.
This is the throats. There are 2 doors. One
The room. It's a long word there.
fast enough. So in this game, the joke might be.
And then we'll have to write a R
Is a joke. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
like that. We'll put the connectors on to make sure I got it spelled right here.
Food will be transported to.
Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. So we have again Kadash, Ka.
Webcam back now. Like, as much as I want to believe this game is a joke, I don't think it is.
Okay. Ka,
Jump down some sushi, carrot.
independent connected.
Oh, you know, it's
Dash,
I wasn't even an obby.
dependent connected, like we said to reiterate again.
You know, this game kind of feels like
Okay. Then we have independent connected. Then we have Cod. We have to, let me write this a little cleaner than that, kind of like
just do something.
an ugly D there, but we're going to get it together like this. We have to connect that with a dependent connector sound. Then we'll have I, Sha, Ra. So, Kamash, Kadash, sorry. Independent connector on the A, Kad, Ka, and Da. Then we have Sha, we have I. Then we have Sha. Then we have Ra. That's how you break that down in Paleo. it's
This seems like something you could pick up for
so
something.
give you a chance to write that down, guys. That's the last thing. We're gonna go to the last month. Will be month 12. That'll be December, of course.
You want to find ways to count. Hello? I can't.
Let's see here. See if I can do something here. December, of course, is the last month, but you know, it really wasn't named December. So, that's what the pagans and all our
You don't need to find all these new forms of education.
presses call that.
This channel is an educational channel where you will learn everything that you possibly need to know in this life.
That's what they call it. Our LASHAWAN QADASH class. So,
what was that? It keeps spawning me on the stomach acid.
okay.
Jump backwards.
But December is actually month 12. Now, if that's the case, we're going to do the same idea instead of a cod, Asherah. Sister Adrian and all the others. Let's see if you can figure out what you think that last one will be.
It's really confusing to
Sister
do this.
and all the people tuned in there. What do you think the last one will be?
It's getting so confusing.
If it's
Go to small
okay. If we use a card here, what will be the next number? Because we're definitely going to put Asherah there for 10. I'll give you a little hint. Asherah will be 10. Write in the chat what you think that next one will be. What will make that 12? If you know, we'll write it in. What will make that 12? If I were to make this 12 right here, what would I do? Instead of a cod is 1. We did that. So what would make it 12? I'll give you guys a second here. Write it in the chat. See, on the number systems, if you go back to your numbers, you'll be able to find out. You'll be able to find out what we did. What would fill in this blank right here? Anybody?
Why you went out there by yourself? Why you went out there by yourself?
You got a few more seconds there.
What? Because what?
I see what they did. They must
Well, you have to come with me if I'm here, but if I'm gone already,
Okay.
you should stay in the house with your brother and your dad. That's not safe.
You get pooped
You
out.
can get hurt like that.
You guys a chance, and we'll go on and we'll tell you what that is.
You want that to happen?
Well, how about that? This is
So you have to stay in the house.
Instead of saying Asherah by itself, that's a 10. So we got to do something. We got to make it 12. So what's the second letter? I mean, second number.
Sorry, what is you doing?
Well, we'll go ahead and do it for you guys. It'll be Akkad, Shanya, remember?
just some this looks like some free model on Studio. They just look up on Studio
If I wrote that down right.
I'm not gonna say no more. Stop talking on my chair. Okay.
Shanya, yeah, correct. Right there. That will be actually a 2. So if you say 2 plus 10, that equals 12. That's simple. Month 12. QADASH, Shanya, Asherah. So then we go to the board over here. We'll say, there we go again. It could be repetitive. Ka, independent connected. Da, and Sha, Dash. And then of course we say Sha. We're going to say Shanya Asherah. So we're going to say a Sha right here. Then we'll say that's this much of it. Then we'll say we'll have a right here a Na. Then we'll have Ya. We'll get the connectors here. Give you guys a chance to write that down. I'll write the connectors out. And I'll write Shanyan, and I'll write Asherah again. Shanyan. We'll go ahead and write the rest of it. Just like that. So we'll say Akkad. we'll say Kadash. Then we'll say Shan, Shah. And we'll have to join these together. Shan. Right there, just like that. Because they have dependent connection, they have to depend on each other to make a sound, and we'll do Yah by itself. Right here. Doesn't need it, it can just be by itself. That's this Yah right here. Then we'll have I by itself. Same as we did up here, remember? Then Shah, independent connector, and then Ra, independent connector. And that will be the last month. So we have got completed the months of the year. The last one is, like we said, is Kadash, Shanya, Asherah. And there is the paleo for it. We'll have time to really write out all of them in Assyrian. We may do this one. This will be, we'll write a Ka. Right there. There we go. Then we write a Da. Remember that? In your Syrian, then we write a, too much there. Like this. That's the first part of it. That's your Kadash. Now let's write the rest of it. Let's write Shah. We need another one of those. Shah. Okay. Use another pencil there. Shah. And we'll write an N here. We'll write an N like that. Oh, that's kind of at the bottom of the board there, scraping the barrel there for existence, isn't it? Okay. Okay, there's the N. Right here, we're here. Then we're going to need a Yah. Up in the air like that. Then we need an I. In Syrian. Sort of like that. Sort of. And then where are we? We need an I. Then we need another one of the Shah. That looks like that. Then we have a Ra. That's in the Syrian, what that looks like. Bastardized language. I mean, it's not a really, to me, people like it. Somebody, suppresses language. We have to learn how to write it. The real mother language, right here. Paleo. That's just Syrian for the last one, and we don't have time to do all the rest of them there, but you get the idea. Ka, Dash. Then we have Shana, Ya, Shanya. Then we have A, Sha, Ra. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Give you an idea, so if you have any problems with the other ones, then you give you a chance to write them down. To do that. Well, there you go. Sister Adrian checking in, all faithful from Charleston, South Carolina. A few others that are at my chat down, couldn't hardly see everything, but we got it now. Okay, so you guys saw as well. We'll give you guys a chance to write that down, and we'll move on to something else real quick here. We'll go on to, let's go on to some sentence structure here. Let's move on to this. Okay, let's move on to little sentences here. I might even write just the first line of the Lord's Prayer, and then get to it next week.
This person's face, like, why would anyone want to vote?
So we're done with the months of the year. That's what they look like. That's how we said it. And then later on about, maybe another couple months or a month, or we'll get to this again. To reiterate, I'll run over real fast. I took my time to go real slow so you guys have it for your notes. Next time we'll fly real fast. We'll go over the number system. We'll move on to something else that we've never done before so you guys can understand a little better of how to write it. But you had to know, I wrote down all the QADASH, didn't have to do that, but I didn't want to confuse nobody, because if you don't write something down, people say, oh, what's that? That really is consistent, but you don't want to not write it down. People will get to the point where I was confused, and it'll make it. It can be confusing if you don't write everything down. So sometimes up here in writing, I'll mistranspose something. I have to go back and fix it and change it. But that's how things are. But now we know pretty much what the months look like. We understand what's going on. And we'll go over that another time so you guys get the idea. I think you got the basic idea of how we do months, and they're not January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's not that. Those are pagan holidays. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 month. That's how we name it. Okay, let's do some basic sentence structure here. And of course it involves, let's see, do some basic sentence structure. It involves, we'll say something like, good morning. Got to this yet. Let's get to this. Sorry. We'll say, good morning. Good morning. It's a basic thing. You want to say something to your rib, or your rib, you want to say something to your husband. An I.S.U.P.K. If we understand the language, say it to somebody on the street, you probably would understand. And so we'll say, for a man, he would say, or you say it to another brother, for that matter. And say, Tawab. Tawab Balakwa. So we'll go from there. We'll do this. We'll say, Tawab Balakwa.
Why are you evil?
Ba. Make sure I got this spelled right here. Ba, yeah, that's right. Ba, wa. That's a Q there. I'm trying to write a Q, yeah. Yeah, something like that. Nah, I don't want to look like a G, so let me do this. Let me use the same QADASH there. So we'll go like this. There we go. Okay? And for a man, that's what he's writing. Good. And good is an adjective. Morning is a noun. So it's saying what kind of morning? Well, it's a good morning. It's to be, this language it's an adjective.
No, he wasn't thinking about it. He wasn't thinking about it.
Because it tells you what kind. It modifies this noun
You
here.
don't want your cow to back, I see. I want that.
So it's a good morning. Tawab Balakwa. Now for a female, there's a whole lot of things you can say about that we're going to say Tawaba. So let's use Rick. Ta, wa, ba. Okay? Tawaba. Then we're going to say the same thing. Tawaba. And that's the reason why, is because that possessive adjective, ha. We'll do it like this. We'll say the possessive adjective of ha, ah. That's the possessive adjective. Possessive adjective right there. Right in front of you. And I send a structure. Right, just like that.
There's a pillow right there.
Okay? And we got the base root word to Bob, to Wob, I'm sorry. But a woman will say, because she's a woman, she will say ha, she's a her. You know? And if you want to say your woman, you would say to waka. But I mean, that can be feminine or anything. But if it's a male, it's to wob. Well, let me make sure, yeah. That's right. Possessive adjective, wapa. Right. Okay. So the possessive adjective for that, when you want to say his, it's a wa. You want to say her, ha. Make sure I got that right. Okay? Now, then we're going to write, let me see here. Right. Ba, let's see. Ba, wa, qua. We'll put a, ba. I got that spell right. You can spell. Let me check on this. I think it's YAHANNA. No, that's not right. It's Chihuahua. Yeah. Okay. Because and you have a vowel clause. So it says good morning, and then we're going to move on to the next one here. We'll go to, there it is right there, vowel clause. Okay, and we'll say, all right, let's move on to this one. Give an understanding. Okay, we'll say something like how would you listen, we're gonna write this, see if we can write this down here. Yeah, we'll do this. Let's do this. Let's say how be your day. Let's put it this way. It'll be a lot easier to translate. How be your day, or is the same thing if you understand it. How be your day. Whose day? Your day. That's the key. Okay? So we'll write, day by itself is YAHANNA. You know? And we'll say, what we're going to do, normally you would say ka here, but because it's a possessive adjective, we're going to have to switch it over and show you how this works. And how is the word yak. Okay? A yak. course, you want to write B is Hayah. Yeah. That's B. Like that. I'll be your day. How your day's doing, you know? And then let's write down, okay. You want to write down a possessive adjective to make it your day. We'll do this. YAHANNA. Now that's going to be a male or female. That'll be a possessive adjective. Cause it'll be a possessive adjective to make this possession of whose day? You know? Well, it's your day. Let's possess this day, y'all. You. It's male or female. Possessive adjective. We'll put ka there. That's ka. Oops. Yeah. Okay. All right. Instead of saying I'll be, and instead of saying your day, we'll say YAHANNA. That is saying your day. So you don't have to put ka YAHANNA. You put YAHANNA. Because you always want to put this in the end of the noun there. Because the adjective, that's what it's doing. So it's YAHANNA. Your day. For a. Now if you're saying that's masculine and feminine, you say ka. Let's say if you want, what if I want to say just for a man? Then I would say YAHANNA. Yeah, YAHANNA. YAHANNA. That's your day. Then we'll say wa for male. Now, if you want to do, give you guys a chance to write that down. If you want to do female, you'll say YAHANNA. I think it's, let me make sure. Down here. YAHANNA. Now that would be for female. She's saying it to what she says is YAHANNA. If you want to dress your rib, you say, you don't say, or if you want to say, if you're talking to a lot of females, male or female, you say YAHANNA. It could be male or female. In this case, you want to say male is YAHANNA. If you talk to your rib, you want to just specifically for her, it says YAHANNA. YAHANNA. So, YAHANNA. That's how be your day. All right, how is your day? Okay? YAHANNA. Female. Let that sink in right there. And these are possessive adjectives is what they are. They help possess this noun there. Day is a noun. So you don't put ka. That's your day. You do it in a possessive adjective over here. You make it their day. Whose day are you talking about? Well, you're talking about male and female here. You're talking about a male, wa, and then over here, ha. That's how you did that. That's how it becomes that. Okay? Give you guys a chance. So all we did was just give you a little lesson in the masculine and female on how you would write. How was your day? So I mean, you're saying to wa to females to wa and how was your day? YAHANNA. YAHANNA for the male. YAHANNA. How Haya, be, how be. Yawam, wa, for the male. And this is male and female. I reiterate again because it makes, it makes a difference of what tense you use. And that's what we're doing here. These are tenses. We're showing you how to use tenses properly here. And understanding. You use stuff like this. And this can be translated to any word, any adjective, any word. Your day. So let's possess that adjective. Let's make it count. Day. Yawam wa, the male. Female may come here and say, Yawam ya, your day. Howbeit, ya, yam wa, Yawam ya, yawam wa. And she may be saying that to you. You turn around and says, okay, ya wa, yawam ha. You're talking to a female. You don't address her the same way you do a male. And if you're talking to an in general crowd, male or female, say yawam ka. Write that down in your notes, guys. Okay. And then we'll let that sink down. Then what I'll do is I'll do some more examples of possessive adjectives. I won't be able to finish. We'll do a little bit of LASHAWAN QADASH on the Lord's Prayer, and we'll get into some more Bible understanding of the Lord's Prayer. We'll write it down again for possessive adjective. You get the idea. You do things repetitively, you get the idea, and you can't miss. Okay? So we'll erase this off the board. You guys should have it by now. Erase it off the board. Still doing tenses, possessive adjectives, and prepositions. That was a good example in possessive adjectives and how you possess an adjective and modify the word day, which is a noun. Ka, wa, and ha, depending on who you're talking to. Okay, let's continue on in tenses. That's what we're doing, but the way the Lord's Prayer was written, let's write that down. We're not going to be able to finish it all. It's just some of it, because it's it's pretty long. Class, and we write it. As such, it goes like, we'll start it, and then we'll finish it next week. The Lord's Prayer. Okay, we'll do a little bit of it. Okay, let's write. First thing we'll write is abanawa. Let's see if we can write it. Yeah, we'll write it from right to left. Hebrew is written from right to left, as we know. So we'll say ba.
That's scary, man. And look at these drawings on the side. Who's kindergarten?
Aba, nawa. I think I got enough room to write it here. Maybe I didn't cram myself too much. Aba, nawa. There we go. Which literally translates our Father. Whose Father? Well, that nawa right there, our Father. Let's break this down, what this really means. Let's break it down. Abba is Father. And I'm not going to do any translation here because it takes a while to write it down. Maybe in another class. Abba is literally transferred Father. But you can call anybody Father, but you can't only call one Father in heaven our Father. That's Nawa. And so there we go again. That's why we're using these tenses here, because it gives you an understanding of it's a possessive adjective. Whose Father? What's our Father? And there we go again. So there we go. We have the possessive adjective. Nawa. Our. Whose Father? Ours. Not your Father, but it's ours. You see? If I was saying your father, I would say something like Abba Yah. If I was going to say, instead of saying our father, if I want to say your father, I would do like this. I would say Abba Yah. That's your father. You see? Big difference in saying your father and our father. You talk to the Most High, you respect, you say our father. That's Hispanics, Native Indians. That's our father. Native Hispanics, blacks, and Native Indians. That's our father. You don't say Abba Yah, your father. No, it's mine and yours. Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, possessive adjective. There again, Abba is a noun. And look at that. Nawa. It's an adjective. We put it in the back. Possessive adjective, our father. All right, we'll move on. So you'll understand it. Yahweh. Not a high, the Most High. You put his name. Matter of fact, let's put his name in a whole different color. Let's see if we can get this one. Yah. Yah. Wow. There, we make sure you guys are. Let's separate. Let's make sure who that is. Yahweh. So far. Got that wrong. We ain't talking about Yahweh. Got the wrong line. That's how you're right. Our Father, which in heaven. That's Shabbat Shemayim. Shah. Ba. Shah. Ma. Yum. Okay? Make sure I got that spell right. Shabbat. Shah. Mayam. That's right. Now that literally translates, which is in heaven. Which, say, which in heaven. Okay. Now why does it translate like that? Because Shemayim is heaven. Shemayim. Shemayim is heaven. Ba, now look at that. We're saying which in ba is a preposition. That's why it's before heaven. Ba. You see, that's in. Oh, I spelled it today. Atrocious. Okay, there we go. Ba, in, and sha, which. So we'll put down. That's literally another preposition. So let's find out. Let me put it in red here. We'll leave this on the board and we'll continue next week. Of course, we'll have time. So we'll do this. So we'll say that's a noun there. That's heaven is a noun. Okay? This is a preposition right here. This ba, right there. Where? Where is it? It's prepping. In heaven. Where are we talking about? Our Father is in heaven. The heavens, above. Sha. That's another preposition. If I'm not mistaken. Make sure. Right here. Which. That's how that translates. So we're doing preposition, adjective, nouns. We're getting into it here. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim. Kodesh Haya. So these are actually what we're saying here. What we're doing here is the tenses, so you'll understand how something is written. This is a perfect example. There we go. Sentence, the tenses of sentences. This is a perfect example of prepositions, nouns, adjectives, possessive adjectives. It's a perfect understanding of it in the Lord's Prayer. Okay? Got a few more minutes. We'll finish the one line at least. We'll say QADASH, which we have up here, which simply means holy. So we say QADASH. That's literally what QADASH means. It just means our Father, which is in heaven, holy. Let's write it in another color. Holy. See? Holy. Because the Most High is holy. You must worship in the spirit and truth. You don't come to any kind of way. Holy. QADASH. It'd be helpful if you spelled it right. Everyone is up. Using the rug. And all over the place today, I tell you. There we go. Most High, we get it right. There we go. Okay. And then, of course, we write Hayah, D. Hayah. Yah. That translates as actually the word be. Okay, what does that mean? That's be. It's just like, I mean, you know, it's be. You can't get no. The word be to be is like a word that's I'm not an English teacher, but it's like no one really understands that except for the Most High when you think about it. It's say be because he can be just without even trying to be a Yah. You know, it's hard to understand that, but that's what it is to be. So let's go back to Abba Nawa. Abba Nawa. Possessive adjective Nawa is our Father. Not your father, not his father. If I want to say that, I use some other possessive adjectives. But we're using Nawa. Possessive adjective. Nawa. Means our or us. Us people are our Father. Us fathers are our Father. That Yahweh. There's only one Yahweh, our Father. Shemayim, right in there, literally translate heaven, the Shemayim's. I believe it's translate also the waters too. Shemayim. In, there's that preposition right before there so you can see it, right there. Right there. Ba Shemayim, in heaven. You use ba, the preposition right before heavens, or any other noun, it's gonna be a preposition, it's gonna be in heaven. Another preposition, you have which in heaven. Okay, what? Yeah, okay, which. That's why we use that. That's why we use those prepositions. You can say the heavens. You can say which in heavens, pertaining to. You can say thou heaven or the heaven, or I am. There's a lot of things you can say pertaining to that, but we chose which in heaven. Shah. So. Anyway, that conclude our class, I.S.U.P.K. And we're going to read the announcements. But this is the first part. We'll leave it on the board, and then we'll finish it. We'll go down, and we'll do some more lines. And we'll get back to the top like we did before. Okay. We'll do the security announcements. Hope we learned some things today in tenses. We did the months of the year. We did some sentences. We'll let you guys know. We're talking about prepositions and adjectives, just like we talked about class. Next week we'll finish up the Lord's Prayer. And we'll go over more tenses and prepositions and nouns, verbs, adjectives, until we get the idea. But we'll read I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for a new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. Get to one of your captains or one of your higher in your area. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10 means 10 in Hebrew, ma'ashara. That's what we keep saying, ma'ashara. The 10th. Okay, where are we? 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory, but it's a free will offer for the priest. Whatsoever amount you would like upcoming, whatsoever amount you would like. Okay, the upcoming holy convocations. Let's see, we'll have the Passover. We have the Passover has been postponed and until we get the proper date from Commander General Yohanan and all the higher-ups. They will let us know. And I believe the next one we'll have here coming up real soon here. 15 days, looks like the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's April 10th, Friday, April 17th. Okay, all right. Yeah, April, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, 15th day of the first month, 7th day, Friday, April 10th, and Friday, April 17th, 20. Well, when those dates will occur, the Feast of First Fruits. So our Sabbath, unleavened bread, Sunday down, 17th. April 17th, count 50 days, go up on to celebrate 50th day, Friday, June, of course that's a little later, June the 5th. But the Feast of Unleavened Bread will be a day coming up here real soon here. Like I said, Friday, April 10th, and Friday, the 17th, 20th, sundown, Exodus 12, 17 to 20, and Leviticus 23, 6 and 8. And, of course, remember I said about the Passover, it's coming up, get what you can believe it. Okay, somebody in the school that's higher up, one of the officers, will let you know. Or inquire here online. If I know it, I'll get what I can believe it, and we'll find out here. It depends on what's happening. Upcoming announcement. Let's see. Remind the Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway, outside right here in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headbands, and scarf. Just remember, you can reach us at www.com, I.S.U.P.K. You see us on the street. What's what we're doing? We're talking about the Most High. For that we say, Shalom.